Hello, other people. What's good? How you doing? Today I'll be talking about Buhari's third-term agenda. Yeah, number one thing I want Nigerians to know is that Buhari's third-term agenda is not a joke. It's not. So don't come and start playing. Can't try that. Buhari can't dare do that to us. Buhari can do that to you. Buhari is trying to be a dictator with no finite time that is going to leave power. And the likes of Tinubu are ready to support him. PDP is not organized. Get that straight into your head. PDP is not organized. Right now, Showore is powerless. Take that. Right now, Showore is powerless. Let's take it back moment. They can't do anything. As far as Buhari is concerned, they can't do anything for Buhari. The only people who can do anything to Buhari are the Chinese government that are giving him backing and funds. That's number one. And the second type of people who can get rid of Buhari are PDP if they can unite. And I don't even think they are going to unite. But let me just tell you the solution, because I'm sure they can't unite. They can't unite. Let's forget about all this. What's the name? They can't unite. But if PDP can unite, of which they are unable to do, and I don't think they can do, and they unite with some aggrieved members of APC, even though the aggrieved members of APC are not really so much now, but with time, and a year or two, even a year to now, today is 26th of November 2019, and in a year time, you see there will be a lot of aggrieved APC members, more aggrieved APC members. And if those kind of people team up with PDP, maybe they can get rid of Buhari. That's the second moment. So what I want Nigerians to know is that anyone in the country to be careful about themselves, by taking care of themselves. Why? Because this government is beyond the reach of almost anyone, except the people who are in APC by themselves. Even the people in APC are not in control, so they are subservient to Buhari. All this Lawani, Farouk Lawan, all this Gbajabiamila, all this Tinubu, they are subservient to Buhari. They are trying their best not to make him hungry. They are trying their best to make him feel comfortable as the leader. Buhari have the intention of scrapping the Senate. If you don't know, I'm telling you that. Buhari have the intention of scrapping the Senate. So they don't want the Senate to be scrapped. Why? Because that's the only power that belongs to Tinubu right now. He appointed the person who is the Senate president, and the person who is the Speaker of the House of Rep as well. Apart from that, it's only at the state level that he has got people. With the Chinese backing and all this Russian power that Buhari is using, he can scrap the Senate, scrap the House of Rep, use military power over everybody, and everybody will keep short. Literally, what I'm trying to say right now is that we Nigerians have to look up to God and we wait patiently for. We have to wait patiently for conflict to arise in APC. Conflict is going to arise. Why? Because Buhari is trying his best to crush down Tinubu, right? It's like when you put a frog in a hot water and you keep boiling it. Instead of the frog to jump out, it won't. It will be releasing its own body heat so as to be cold, instead of it jumping out of the hot water. The water keeps heating up, but the frog will keep on burning up its energy to provide coal for itself. It will be burning its own calories so as to emit heat out of its body, shrinking itself until it dies. That is what is happening to Tinubu right now. He is doing his best so that the likes of Lawan and Ahmed Lawan and Femi Gbajabiamila will stay in the power for as long as they can before Buhari boots them out. The scrotal sacks of the president used to be in the hands of the Senate and the House of Rep, but right now it's the other way around. And Tinubu is subservient, is doing everything possible to make sure that they don't inconvenience Buhari in any way. They don't give him any reason for him to think of picking a war against the Senate. And Buhari as well, he knew that 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 submission might be a prank or might be a trick for him to be relaxed while they play, Ogasa, while they submit to him, but they actually want to hurt him or kill him away from power. It's just it's just a thing of what might be happening. We all know what happened to Abacha, right? He sent everyone to jail, but when they want to do something to him, they did it calmly, right? Nobody picked any war against him. He simply died jejely like that. Even though a lot of Nigerians believe that the death is not natural, even though I also don't believe the death is natural, but well, that's not what we want to discuss today. But the point I'm trying to make is that nothing can be done right now to stop Buhari's third term agenda. Buhari said, I'm not planning to go for third term. He might not be planning to go for third term, but to elongate his second term. But Buhari is not living in 2023. That's the only thing I'm sure about. Buhari is not living in 2023. That one is sure. Don't bother about that. So if you want to carry out a protest, this is your HQ. Buhari will harm you and nothing will happen in Nigeria. Forget it. That is what we are facing right now, and we have to face it, for we have failed to appreciate the good leaders, and now we are presented with the bad one so that we can appreciate the good one. I think God is just trying to teach us a lesson with this Buhari's what's the name? But Buhari's what's the name can't last long, I'm sure. Buhari's Buhari's hunting down and clamp down on Nigerians, all these bad decisions and terrible decisions, all these harsh conditions of Buhari's regime, it can't last too long. I'm sure about that. It can't last too long than we can endure. Of course, we've been enduring since 1960 now, so I wouldn't be able to endure like maybe 4 or 8 years more, but it can't last for long. That's what I'm sure about. Buhari is going to either leave the government, or is going to leave the government. So what I see is that God is just trying to teach us so that when we have another good government, we are going to be able to appreciate him. If we look at what happened in Oyo State, right? Oyo people are very politically liberal, So in Oyo State, there used to be this thing. When Ladeja was there, people were complaining, it's bad, is this. Akala came. People said, no, Akala is good. Some people said Akala is good. Some people said Akala is bad. Akala was good, Akala was bad. That was, it split into two. The same thing applied during Ladeja's time as well, right? But during Akala's time, more people criticized Akala. Even like almost like 80% of the states were like, Akala's government is this, Akala's government is that. They criticize a lot about Akala's government, all sort of names, all sort of propagandas, a lot of things. But Akala really, really stood strong, and I really, really like that, and I respect him for his stand during the 2010-2011 political ups and downs. I'm only making this as an example of what the whole Nigeria is going through now by citing Oyo State as an example. So in 2011, Ajimabi won. He came in, hard policies, good but hard policies. We used to think, maybe this guy wants to do this, but after when he was re-elected in the second term, we later realized he wasn't whom we think he was. wasn't whom we thought it was. So we everyone realized, oh, this is really really a bad government. And even his second term was the worst one ever since the history of Oyo State politics and governance since 1999. Ajimobi's second term tenure is the worst. His first term is pretty fair, a little bit good. Maybe because he won second term or not. I don't know how why he did very well in the first term and not in the second term. But in the second term, his second term is the worst. Terrible. Most terrible governance in the history of Oyo State since 1999. Right? So we started even and due to his bad governance, we started appreciating the likes of Ladoja. We started appreciating the likes of Akala. So what did we do then? We elected Sheyi Makinde, right? And people are appreciating him. The things that he is doing, either big things or little things, people are appreciating everything he is doing. This the smallest thing, any smallest thing Sheyi has done, people are appreciating it. Why? Because they have experienced the worst type of government. If Nigerians don't experience this kind of government, they won't appreciate. They won't appreciate the good government when the good government comes around. So I think this is, but I want everyone to know that there's no solution to the only God can free Nigeria from this. But Buhari is not living in 2023, so forget about this. There's nothing like that. Buhari is not living in 2023. You guys have to know that. That's all I've got to say about the Buhari's third term elongation. Buhari is not living in 2023. He's not living in 2023 either by having a third term or by term elongation. Buhari is not living. That is it.